Hi all. Today I am here to explain some basic concepts on the subject fundamentals of programming using C++. Here it is a video presentation. Key aspects in C++ programming. Functions and object-oriented programming in C++ is one of a main concept on the subject fundamentals of programming using C++. Let's talk about functions. Functions in C++. What is function? A function is a block of code that performs some specific task. It can take input and process it. After that, it will return output. Function declaration. A function declaration known as function prototype specifies the function name, return type, and parameter list. Function definition. A function definition provides the implementation of the function. Function call. A function can call the function by its name and passes arguments to it. Function declaration. There are four types of declaration in function. Function that does not have a parameter and return type. Function that will return a value and does not have a parameter. Function that are having parameters and return type. Function that does not have a return value and have a arguments. Example for function that does not have parameter or return type. To find sum of two values. Here it is an example for that. And then ST1 function that return a value and does not have parameters. Here also have a example for that one. We have another example, functions that having arguments and not return type. Here it is an example for that. Parameters passing type. First one, pass by value or call by value. Copy of the argument is passed to the function. Then the second one, pass by address or call by address. Function receives the memory address of the variable. Then pass by reference is the last one or call by reference. Functions receives a reference to the original variable. Let's talk about inline functions. What is an inline function? Inline function is a function defined with the inline keyword where the compiler attempts to replace the function code with the function code to reduce the overhead of the function calls, typically improving performance for small, frequently called functions. Syntax: inline return type, name, parameters, and function body. Recursion. First, what is recursion? A function calls itself with a smaller input or a modified version of the original output. The function solves the smaller problem and returns the result. This is an example for recursion programming using recursion. Let's talk about function return type. Single return value. A function can return a single value after its execution. Multiple return values. A function can return multiple values using structures, classes after its execution. Function overloading. Function overloading allows multiple functions with the same name to be defined as long as they have different parameter lists. Here it is a simple program to find area of rectangle using function. Let's check it. Let's check this. Object-oriented programming in C++. Basic concept of object-oriented programming. These are the ones: objects, classes, data abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. These are the basic concept of object-oriented programming using C++. Then first we talk about objects. It is a basic runtime entities in an object-oriented system. They may represent a person, a place, a bank account, a table of data, or any item that the program had to handle. Then classes, the entire set of data and code of an object can be made user-defined data type with the help of a class. Objects are the variables of a type class. The third one, data abstraction. Abstraction refers to the act of representing essential features without including background details or explanation. Attributes are sometimes called data members because they hold information. Data encapsulation. Wrapping of data and functions into a single unit is known as encapsulation. Data is not accessible to the outside world, and only those functions which are wrapped in the classes can access it. Inheritance. What is inheritance? Process by which objects of one class acquire the properties of another class. Properties of objects of the another class. Inheritance provides the idea of reusability. Reusability is one of the most benefit of object-oriented programming. Polymorphism. Ability to take more than one form. An operation may exhibit different behaviors in different instances. Behavior depends upon the types of data used in the operation. The process of making an operator to exhibit different behaviors in different instances is known as operator overloading. Types of polymorphism. There are two types of polymorphism: compile type polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. We can call compile type polymorphism to early binding and runtime polymorphism or late binding. Then talk about member functions. Member functions are the functions that are defined inside a class and are associated with the object of that class. Type of member function: public member function, private member function, inline function. Public member function can be called by an object. Anyone can call in that class. Private member function can only be used within the class, can only called by a member function who is public in that class. Inline function defined inside the class definition. Here it is a general form of class declaration. Hash iostream, class name, function body opening, private variable declaration, function declaration, then the public variable declaration, function declaration. Then constructors and destructors. First, what is constructor? A constructor is a special member function of a class that is automatically called when an object of that class is created. Destructor. A destructor is used to destroy the object that have been created by a constructor. Examples of abstraction and encapsulation. A car engine is an example of abstraction. The engine's internal workings are complex, but the interface to the engine is simple and easy to use. Bank account is an example of encapsulation. The account balance and the transaction history are hidden from the outside the world and can only be accessed through a well-defined interface. Say example for abstraction and encapsulation in real life world. Here it is a program to find the sum of odd numbers using class. Examples of a program using classes. Checking this one. Benefits of object-oriented programming. Modularity. Code is organized into classes, making it easier to manage and understand. Then reusability. Classes can be reused across different programs. Polymorphism. make the inheritance made the idea of reusability. Thank you.